Hello guys, welcome back to another video on the channel. And today I'm going to be doing my Championship Game Week 9 predictions. It's going to be mental. I'm very excited. There's some big games. And we're literally starting off with a big game. Should we start off this with the first game, which is Burnley versus Norwich? And this game's going to be close. Norwich sits third, Burnley sit fifth. Norwich second, Burnley sit fifth. Burnley just came back off a 1-1 draw over West Brom, which was it was a decent game. And then Burnley, the 98th minute, you can see the 98th minute goal is never nice. Norwich just beat Cov 3-0, so I think Norwich definitely on the better form. But Burnley, sitting fifth right now, do pretty decently. Only 3 points off Norwich in second. So this game has got every right to be interesting. There is it's at 8 o'clock on a Friday. What a Friday night game this is. In the last game, Norwich did absolutely pummel Cov. Burnley unlucky not to get the win. But to be fair, I think defensively they look decent. There so many blocks were coming in. They were defending for their lives. It felt like they were it felt like the World Cup final. They were defending to win the World Cup. So very good defending from a Norwich point of view, from Burnley's point of view. I think this will lower down the score. I think now Burnley will score. They got Teller. Teller's decent, but I think Norwich will win it though. 2-1 Norwich. And I think Teller is a very good player. Rodriguez also a very good player. Bunny looked decent. Matson's a good player. Not just because he plays for Cardiff, but he is a good player. But moving on to the Birmingham versus Swansea. A very interesting game. Swansea aren't looking the greatest. Birmingham, though, sit 21st. Swansea sit 19th. Two teams are just not doing brilliant. Birmingham have 8 points. Swansea have 9. Honestly, this game is not going to be. It might be interesting. It may be interesting. But Birmingham, on their last result, was the first team to score against Preston, which was absolutely huge. The first ever team to beat Preston this season and to score against Preston is 1-0 Birmingham. So they just came back off a 1-0 win over Preston, who don't concede, which is a very good result. And Swansea just came back off a 1-0 win over QPR. So both teams winning last game. 1-0 as well. I think Piro's in the 20th minute. 21st. And Birmingham was in the 16th. I think it was Colin. In the 16th minute. So Maxime Colin. So absolutely critical. Both teams need those 3 points. I'm just going to sit on the fence here with a 1-1 draw. Yeah, I think that could be right. I think Birmingham, they look strong. They look decent. They need to pick up results like this game. Swansea aren't on the greatest form, but still Birmingham aren't on the greatest form either. They did just both go off a win, but look at that, 3 losses on the bounce for Birmingham before that game. I know winless in 3 after, actually winless in 4. Oh, wow, they're not doing great, these two sides. But moving on to Blackpool versus Middlesbrough. Middlesbrough actually coming out of the relegation zone quite well in 17th. Blackpool 11th. Only 2 points separate these two sides. Blackpool's last result was a 1-0 win over Huddersfield, with Middlesbrough a 1-0 over Sunderland. So both teams winning 1-0 again, just like Birmingham Swansea. Blackpool look decent this season. 3 losses, 3 wins, and 2 draws. With Middlesbrough, 2 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws. So both teams doing all right. What? Yes. Yeah, it was. Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. Blackpool at home. I feel like Blackpool just have enough to beat his Middlesbrough side. This is not going to be a high scoring week, I don't feel like. Blackpool will do more, surely. 2-1. 2-1 Blackpool. Yeah, 2-1 Blackpool. Moving on to Bristol City versus Preston North End. Preston finally conceding against Birmingham. Bristol getting a massive 3-2 win over Blackburn. Bristol sit 4th, which is a proper good season. Bristol 4th, and Preston 10th. Only three points separate these two sides. Bristol's 4 wins, 2 draws, 2 losses. Preston 2 wins, 5 draws, and 1 loss. So Blackpool, yeah, it was three wins. It was 3 wins. Yeah, that's wrong. That's 1, 2, drawn 3. It literally says, for Middlesbrough. Yeah, it was 2-3. Yeah, my bad. Alright, so yeah, Bristol North End, Bristol vs Preston. Preston finally conceded a goal. They scored 2 all season. Conceded 1. Bristol quite high flying in goals, aren't they? 16 goals this season. Very good season for them. I think they'll carry on their run. 2-0 win over Preston North End. Preston don't know how to score but they know how to defend, but I think Bristol have enough attacking flair to beat Preston side, and Bristol a little bit better. Moving on to Cardiff City versus Hull City. Cardiff sit 22nd in the relegation zone, and Hull sit 12th with 11 points. Hull definitely slipping off a little bit. Only 3 points separate these two sides. It's 3 points between 12th and only 3 points separate 8th to 22nd. What is going on here? That's mad. Cardiff, recent performances, they haven't won since the 13th of August. They've had 5 winless in 5. With Hull, after the Cov game, they lost 3-1 over QPR and then lost 2-0 to Sheffield United. So they are hard teams to beat, so I'll give them some slack. I think surely I'm thinking about stalemate 1-1. It's Cardiff for 22nd. I think they will really try and go for this game. But I think Hull defensively look decent. 1-1. I think, 1-1. Moving on to Coventry City, West Brom. Where do I begin? If we lose this game, there may be a rant coming because I've been pretty disappointed. And that'll be with 6 games. We've had 6. We'll be winless in 6. Let's just say that. That's a rant right there. We've got West Brom. It's a tough game, West Brom. It's 16th, so it gives me a tiny bit of hope. They love to draw games. That's what Preston love to do, and we're still lost. Recently, we have not been brilliant. Norwich, we lost 3-0 to Norwich, which is, I know it's against Norwich away, but still just pretty poor performance. West Brom haven't looked fantastic. 1-1 draw with Burnley in 98th minute. They do miss their chances, West Brom. I don't know Cov though. What sort of Cov will this Cov? We're at home, which gives a little bit of hope. Will this Cov team go for it? If we go for it, I think we'll win it. But if we don't, any win will do. I think I'll scrape a 1-0 win. And that's not me being biased. I really hope O'Hare's back. I'm not too sure if he is. I haven't really checked up on the latest injury from him, but I'm praying he's been back. Because on Who Scored, he's been doubtful for 2 weeks. So I'm hoping he's back for this game. But yeah, 1-0 Cov. I don't know. I'm not too sure. I'm not 100% sure. We have to win though. We're literally 7 points off safety. It's been an horrendous start for us. We have to win it. Moving on to the next game, which is QPR versus Huddersfield. Huddersfield sit 23rd. QPR sit 9th. It's an interesting game. Very interesting game. QPR looked decent. 2 wins, and then they lost to Swansea 1-0. They beat Hull 3-1. Beat Watford 3-2. 3 wins, 3 losses, and 2 draws for QPR. For Huddersfield, it's 1 win, 1 draw, 5 losses. It's worrying for Huddersfield. We lose to West Brom, it's worrying for us. I think Huddersfield could go down here. They could do a Barnsley where they just, surprise surprise the Championship by getting playoffs, and then next season they fall. I think they are going to be doing the Barnsley here, and they'll get another loss here over QPR. I don't think it'll be a great result for Huddersfield, and yes, actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, should we move on to the next game, which is Sheffield United versus Rotherham. Sheffield United sit first, Rotherham sit 13th, and you would sort of expect Sheffield United to win this game. I think they should, 5 wins, 2 draws and 1 loss this whole season. That's tremendous form. 16 goals scored, 5 conceded. It's unbelievable. And Rotherham having 2 wins, 4 draws and 1 loss. So they're drawing too many of their games with 6 goals and 9 goals scored, 6 conceded, 3 goal difference. They sit 10th, 13th with 10 points. The last 5, 3 draws, a loss and a win for Sheffield United. Unbeaten in their last 5. 4 wins and a draw. Unbelievable stats. Sheffield United look like the real deal. And especially at home, I don't see this Rotherham side. They're having a good start, Rotherham, this season. I just don't see them, comparing to this Rotherham side. This Rotherham side is just too good. No, Sheffield United side is too good. And 3-0, I think it'll be. Just, I don't see Rotherham scoring, and I don't see, them, not letting Sheffield United score. I think it'll be a dominant performance. Moving on to Stoke City versus Luton Town. Stoke City sit 20th, Luton sit 18th. 1 point separates these two sides. Stoke, they're on decent form, not really. 2 wins, 2 draws, and 4 losses. With Luton, 2 wins, 3 draws, 3 losses. In the last 5 for Luton, 2 losses, 2 wins, and a draw. For Stoke, 2 losses, 2 draws, and a win. I just think Stoke, they're looking decent, Stoke. They are looking decent. What was the last result? 2-1 over Reading, not bad. And then the one was rather. No, Stoke was decent on that. 1-1. It won't be interesting at all. I don't see this really being an interesting game. But yeah, moving on to Sunderland versus Millwall. Sunderland just came back off a 1-0 loss to Middlesbrough, with Millwall 2-0 winners over Cardiff. Millwall sit 14th with 3 wins, 1 draw and 4 losses, so Millwall don't like to draw much. With Sunderland right up in 8th with 11 points, with 3 wins, 2 draws and 3 losses. With 11 points, on literally 1 point off 2 points off playoffs. Sunderland having an absolute worldy start to the season. Millwall look alright. I can just. Desmond, 2-2 draw. Millwall look decent. So do Sunderland. So yeah, for me it's 1-1. Moving on to Watford versus Reading. Watford sits 6th. Reading sit 3rd. Reading having a brilliant start to the season. Reading beating Stoke 2-1. Watford drawing 1-1 to Rotherham. Watford sits 6th with 3 wins, 4 draws and a loss, with Reading 5 wins and 3 losses. So Reading have not drawn this whole season. So they don't like to draw. With Watford, on the other hand, love to draw. 4 draws this season. Watford, my side looks decent. They're strong outfit, Watford. I'm gonna go for Desmond. 2-2 draw. Yeah. Moving on to Wigan versus Blackburn, the last game of this week. Wigan sits 15th. 2 wins, 4 draws and a loss, with Blackburn all the way in 7th with 4 wins and 4 losses. They do not like to draw well, Blackburn. They're not looking bad, Blackburn. They're 1 point off playoffs, so they're not having an awful season. Wigan having a decent season. Again, they love to draw. 4 draws. They do love to draw, Wigan, but I think this Blackburn side is just too much. 3-1 Blackburn, I think. Ben Brereton Diaz will have a masterclass. 3-1 Blackburn. So that's all my predictions. 2-1 Norwich, Birmingham 1, Swansea 1, Blackpool 2-1 over Middlesbrough, Bristol 2-0 over Preston, Cardiff 1-1 over Hull, Coventry 1-0 over West Brom, QPR 2-0 over Huddersfield, Sheffield United 3-0 over Rotherham, Stoke 1-1 with Luton, Sunderland 2-2 with Millwall, Watford 2-2 with Reading, and Wigan 1, Blackburn 3. So yeah, that concludes the video. Let's wait for the camera. Yeah, so don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next one.